everyone, and welcome to AARP Wyoming's Video Voter Guide Series for 2024. I'm Tom Laycock with AARP Wyoming, and today we're joined by Pete Fox, who's running for the Wyoming Legislature in House District 56, located in Tronic County. AARP has a proud 40-year history of nonpartisan voter engagement and does not endorse or oppose candidates, nor does AARP make contributions to political campaigns or candidates at any level. Instead, we ask questions so our 80,000 AARP members can understand where candidates stand on important issues and can make their own decisions on Election Day. Today, we'll ask Mr. Fox 3 questions, allowing for a 1 minute and 30-second response to each. Then we'll give Mr. Fox 2 minutes to make his pitch to the voters of House District 56. So, Mr. Fox, our first question is this. Over the last 2 years, the Wyoming Legislature has made providing property tax relief for its citizens a priority. In your view, what is the most effective way to provide relief while balancing revenue needs for our schools, counties, and other entities that rely on property taxes to maintain sustainable funding?
Great. Thank you, Tom. So the stance we've had so far, and which I agree with, is reform and relief. We've done a good job reforming some of our aspects and relieving certain components of our property tax structure that we have. That's good, but it's a stopgap measure. The revenue department and our committees certainly understand we need a structural change, and they're looking at this. I certainly support that aspect of a more structural change to our property tax aspect. The revenue department has been looking at sales tax as we reduce property tax streams. The idea that we tweak just a tad our sales tax to make up and augment funds going to our schools and whatnot makes a lot of sense to me. I like consumption taxes. Everybody pays a little bit, and we protect the vulnerable from their property values getting too high and their taxes getting too steep. Back to you, Tom.
Our second question for today. Wyoming's population of those aged 60 and over grew by 47% from 2010 to 2020, while the state's entire population grew just 2%. We know 64% of all nursing home beds in Wyoming are paid for right now by the state Medicaid program. What do you see as the greatest barrier to helping our older adults age in their home in communities, and what solutions would you propose?
Thanks again, Tom. So I see resilience as being such a key issue for our elderly and staying in their homes. Staying resilient, having your health as good as it can, eating right, getting exercise, and then the support structures that we all count on as we age, friends, family, church, community, neighbors, all these aspects provide this safety net to ensure that we stay in our homes safe and secure. The government provides backstop, obviously, through our waiver program and Medicaid to many of these components for a safety net. Most of these waivers, there's 3 aspects of the waiver that we could look at, but I would love to see if there's something that could be done to further leverage funds supporting that neighborhood church type family network to keep our folks and seniors safe in their homes. So the long-term care committee probably has some good ideas to this, and would love to have them look at this to see what can be done to augment that safety net of our community, churches, and whatnot, family members, to keep our seniors safe in their homes for as long as possible. Thanks.
Our third and final question for today. Emergency medical services are not considered an essential service in Wyoming, and in some areas, ambulance services do not have sustainable funding sources. Over the last 10 years, Wyoming has seen 16 emergency medical service providers in the state fold or consolidate with another service. What solutions would you offer for ensuring access to ambulance services?
Thank you, Tom. I really appreciate you bringing this issue up because it's important. So many of our EMS folks are volunteers, and they provide such a service to our local communities, especially the rural communities, that we really need to support these folks. So the governor has a health task force he's pulled together, And a subcommittee from that health task force is an EMS targeted component, what they can do to supplement the support for EMS structures. One aspect that has been brought up, I believe last year, is to have an EMS essential services account set up to where funding can be more structurally put into place. I think that's a great idea, something we need to look at, and would love to see how that progresses into our Labor, Health, and Social Services Committee and what they provide as far as new legislation efforts coming up this year. Thank you very much, Tom. Back to you.
So thank you very much for your time today, Mr. Fox. Let's close by giving you 2 minutes to explain to the voters why you believe you're the best person to represent House District 56.
Great. So you can see me at PeteFoxHD56.com. My background is raised here in Casper on Casper Mountain. I currently live about a mile away from the grade school I went to school with. Graduated from UW Mechanical Engineering, and then spent over 30 years in the oil and gas industry in a large integrated company on a global basis. So the stance that I take is simple. It's the Wyoming Republican Party's platform in its entirety. That's my home plate as far as what I stand for and where my values are at. As far as goals, I want to keep Wyoming stable, strong, and independent. And anybody who would support those aspects, I will support and partner with and move that forward as best we can. As far as the background of where I have and the experience, I want to leverage my time in the oil and gas industry. I have 30 plus years experience downstream, upstream, midstream. I've worked in the corporate level in Houston. I spent 12 years on the North Slope here recently. International teams working to solve problems. I'm a problem solver is what I propose to. So with that, we have a demand surge coming up in energy that is just unequaled. It's a multi-generational issue. As electric vehicles take form, as we have data centers for artificial intelligence, cryptocurrencies, they all need energy. And how we provide that energy is crucial to keeping our grid balanced and in place. So physics need to provide the backstop how we do this. I would like to have a seat at the table in those discussions as all the key stakeholders pull together and we come up with solutions on how to provide this energy. Thank you, Tom.
Well, thank you for your time today. And thank you to all of our viewers for joining us in this video voter guide. We encourage you to keep checking Cowboy State Daily and AARP Wyoming's Facebook page for more video voter guides in the days to come.